Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to T-Mobile Center. Welcome to Kansas City. My name is Kathy Nelson, and I serve as President and CEO for the Kansas City Sports Commission, and I also serve as President and CEO for Visit KC, our Convention and Visitors Association. So wearing both of my hats, we've worked really hard for the last 10 years to bring wrestling back to Kansas City, and we cannot tell you how excited we are to have all of you here and welcome all of our great wrestling fans from around the country to Kansas City. And the weather's holding out pretty great so far, right? Yeah. Great. All right, well, we are going to take just a couple moments and hear from each of the athletes, and after that, we will open it up for questions. So with that, Aaron Brooks, we will start with you. Aaron.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. Welcome. Go ahead if you have a comment or just ready for questions. I'm looking for David, maybe.
First and foremost, just want to thank everyone, all my support, Pat, Rick, all you guys make it possible for us, and I'm just super grateful to be here. Praise the Lord.
Great, Carter. Thank you. Carter, let's jump over to you. Thanks, Aaron.
Hi, I'm Carter, and same thing along with Aaron. I'm just grateful to be here and ready to go.
Great. Keegan O'Toole from University of Missouri.
Yeah, it's nice to be here. Only an hour and a half drive, but same as those guys, just grateful to be here. Praise the Lord.
Glad to have you in Kansas City. And Parker, Keckeisen, you and I.
Yeah, happy to be here. KC's pretty cool, so praise the Lord, let's go.
Well, as a lifelong Kansas City, and I'm glad to hear you say that. Welcome. All right, let's open it up for media questions. We'll start here in the front row, and if you would say your name and affiliation. We have a microphone coming for you right here.
Mike Finn from Win Magazine. Carter, I'll always ask you the obvious question is your health compared to 2 weeks ago. And what recommendations would you make to a seating committee for someone who went through like yourself?
As far as my health is, I'm ready to go. I'm 100%. And so I think that was just kind of a little frustration on my end because I was ready to go. But ultimately, it was coach's decision, so you got to respect it. And as far as the seat, I think this is more fun this way. And I guess the committee, as far as that, I honestly really couldn't care less, I'd rather wrestle everybody, honestly. But again, I think they seated it a little weird. But again, doesn't really matter.
Great. Next question right here.
Tony Hager, I wrestle. This one's for Parker. Parker, you and your team have had outside distractions, not having a room, having a room. How has that been a positive for you guys to come together to put that room together?
Not having a room, I think it's brought us closer together. It's just like when COVID happened. Are you gonna find a way to get better at wrestling, or are you gonna let the circumstances control you? And we found a way. We got to build a room together, brought us closer. So I don't know. It depends how you. Doug tells us all the time, like, how are you gonna flip the script on it? So I think we turned it into a positive, and now we're here. So I know that these, like, the guys we compete against, they don't care if we have to shower at home or if we get to have a locker room. Like, it don't matter. So we're just gonna go scrap.
Great, right here in the middle.
What's that?
Raise your hand one more time so he can come to you with a microphone.
We're running.
For Carter and Aaron, you guys both are looking to become four-time national champs this weekend, and also potentially some history could be made, where you guys are as far as the team race. Do you look at this any differently than the past times that you've been in the NCAA tournament, and how do you prepare for this weekend and with those goals in mind?
No, it's the same.
I think I approach it the same. I think the next title is always the more fun one, and so just really exciting. And as far as the team race thing, I don't think any of us on the team are kind of looking at that. We're kind of just focused on the first match at hand and doing our best.
Great. One more.
This question's for Keegan. Could you assess how you felt the season went for you this year, and areas you feel that you've improved in your wrestling? Obviously, you've won the event before, but as you know, you never can stop learning in this sport, right?
Yeah, I definitely think going over to the U23 Worlds was a really good challenge. Had a really tough training schedule for that in the summer, and me and Aaron actually roomed together for that. That was a fun tournament, but we got tested a lot. Other than that, it's just the evolution, just trying to get better every day in areas that maybe you never thought you would explore, and playing around in those.
Great. Right here in the front row again.
This is a question for both Aaron and Carter. The fact that you are both doing it at the same time. Aaron, when we talked to the Big Tens, you talked about the Brotherhood of Penn State wrestling. How similar are you to Carter, or how different? And I was hoping Carter could answer the same thing. Most people think you guys' personalities are so different. Does that show the strength of the Penn State room? Can you talk a little more about that?
So what's your question like?
I just want to explain, I want to understand the relationship between the two of you, because some people might think you guys are so different, but how similar are you, how different? But the fact that you guys were brought together there in State College, and now you're ready to make history at the same time.
I think, when we first came in back in 2019, we both saw that we kind of had the same goals and aspirations. And so I think over the years, regardless of what we're getting into, our different training schedules, I think, at least for me, looking over and seeing him, I know he's in the same mindset when it comes to, being the best wrestler you can be. So I think, and then you think of the Brotherhood and the team, I think no one's the same. People can be similar, but I think that's the chemistry, so there's things that he brings out of people that's good, and there's things that I bring out of people that's good. So very blessed to have a mixture of that. We're very different leaders, but we both lead.
Yeah, I've known Aaron ever since I was a little kid. I was always traveling a lot, so he was always winning, so I was always watching his matches as a young little kid. So I always looked up to Aaron, and then like he said, when we came in the summer session, I just saw how dedicated he was, and I was like, this is gonna be a fun time, just because I was never around that. And I don't know, just watching him go about his day and things like that. He's a kid that I've always looked up to, even though we're it's close in age. So he's someone I always look up to, and I watch his matches, and I try and take some of his moves and stuff like that. And our team, again, I think it's kind of like Aaron said, everyone's different, and I think that's a credit to our coaches that they're able to make everything work.
Great. Right back here to my left.
Aaron Ladd, KSHB here in the back. This is for you, Keegan, and I have a follow-up for this. What do you make of the opportunity to do this in KC, in Missouri? Is it more pressure there? What do you make of it being here in KC?
I think it just makes it more fun because we'll have a lot more Mizzou fans. I also think that Kansas City, we got 2 guys on our team that are wrestling, Rocky Elam, Zach Elam, who are from Kansas City, so really great opportunity for them. But it's just nice that I only had to drive an hour and a half to get here, and then on Sunday I'll drive an hour and a half to go back home. So it's just another tournament, though. And
then to have a strong showing here, and then possibly for you to win another national championship, what would that mean for the program? What would that mean for KC wrestling?
I think that it would just show that you can be successful wherever you go. I think that you just have to take advantage of every opportunity you get and make the most of it and enjoy the ride.
Great. Anything else? Yes, right here, front to my right. Right here.
I have a question for Parker. Parker, it's me over here. Actually, the mic.
Oh, my bad.
Just tell me how it was hosting folk style nationals and thoughts you got from it, working the table and just seeing those kids wrestle.
Yeah, hosting folk style nationals, I don't know, it was fun, but it's a fundraiser for our PWC, so I'm sure I'd be going watching, but I don't know, we get to have guys like Drew Foster and Taylor Lujan in the room, and I don't know, some of those dudes are my best friends, so it's awesome that, we get to go work, we get to roll up mats, we get to, I don't know, do the dirty work, but it's fun. I don't know, you get to see, I don't know, I was just that young a while ago, but it's like, I don't know, I look back and I didn't really compete that much when I was younger, and it was just like I almost kind of wish I did. Keegan always competed all the time. He always made fun of me, actually. But it's just like to see the enjoyment and how much fun those guys were having. Because I don't really like competing that much, so it's a good perspective. And I don't know if that really answered the question, but it was fun.
Right here.
Eli Callan, Des Moines Register. I got a question for Parker and then a follow-up for Keegan. Parker, we talked a little bit on Monday a lot about you, but I'm curious with a guy like Ryder Downey and Wyatt Volker, how excited you are to see them compete for the first time on this stage and what you kind of think those guys are capable of in the UNI room.
Yeah, I think those guys are capable to be wrestling Saturday night. I think those guys are real good. I get to train with them every day. Ryder Downey is one of the grittiest guys I've ever seen wrestle. Like, he's not whole 7 minutes. You're gonna be fighting and then some. And Wyatt, I get to warm up with Wyatt. He's always keeping it loose, and I know he's gonna keep it loose and go wrestle hard for 7 minutes. That's kind of the UNI way. It's, if there's time on the clock, you still go fight, and those two are gonna go fight. And when we fight, I think good things are gonna happen.
And then for you, Keegan, obviously one of the primary big matchups of this tournament for the last year has been you and David Carr. I mean, just how much has he pushed you to just become a better wrestler as you guys have kind of squared off? I think this could be time 5 or 6 here now.
Yeah, it would be number 5. But anytime you have someone that good in your weight class, they're going to push you to get better in the areas that you're weak at. And he really showed me where I was weak the first 2 times we wrestled. He kind of put it on me. But, I mean, this weight class has a lot of good wrestlers, so there wasn't just him that pushed me this year. I've had many battles, many wars. So each and every day, each and every competition, I'm learning a lot.
Right here in the middle.
Eric Knobsnyder from PA Power Wrestling. Going back to Fargo, I remember you and Trent Hidley going up at it. And, you know, you guys have had so many battles through the years. You've come out on top on those, but is there a healthy respect that you have for him and the matchups that he's given you over the years?
Yeah, he's a competitor. He wrestles hard. Yeah, he's my weight class. So.
My question's for Aaron. You moved up a weight this year, right? Some guy that coaches in your room moved up to that weight class in his last year when he won his 4th. How's it been wrestling at that weight, and how far are you up from 86 kilos right now?
Yeah, 86. I don't think about that right now just because that's a good bit ways down. But yeah, 97's been good. I just grew, so it's better for my body to wrestle up here. And yeah, we'll focus on 86 when that gets here. But yeah, it's been fun. I'm glad that I've got to come to a new weight class, different competition. It's been fun. So.
Great. Anything else? Last chance. Great. All right, Aaron, Carter, Keegan, Parker, thank you for being in Kansas City.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations.
Thank
Look
you.
forward to watching you.